So another of my just drive and talk session. So today I was watching a particular, you can say, a show on one of the channels, and I was that that specific show was about mothers sitting foot, right? Something like that. So in the initial part, we had one of the judges in the show or the host who was talking about. He told a very short brief about what mothers are. That really kind of touched me. Uh, Most of the words, I mean, they are oft repeated words, or you can say cliches, but still it carried a lot of truth, and which I think the so-called youth of, I mean, including youth of this generation, and including most of us, do not realize it. Okay, I'll tell you an incident. Okay, although they spoke about mother, I'd speak generally about parents. So the year 2017, April or May, I was uh, sent to the US, the state of Arizona, for a project. Initially they told it's for 1 month, and still remember vividly. Uh, my father had traveled down from his city to my city, where I live, and both my parents, my father and mother, and my father was like not happy in me staying away from the family. He always have maintained all through his life that he always used to say till also that whatever happens, don't stay with your family, don't stay away from the family. Maybe he told out of experience, or he told because he felt something, I don't know. But um, yeah, so he was there, he was trying to dissuade me, like, why do you have to go there? You can as well work from here. Tell them you will not go and all. Because like, I had a maybe 14, 13, 14 years old kid, son. So he was like, this is the right time, you have to be with your kid and your. Well, the again, we are so much immersed in the present day. The run around the mill kind of work which we do. That I was like, no, no, I will go, and we don't take that very seriously, right? So I told I will go. It's for a month, so I'll be back and all. So I went there. The 1 month became 2 months, then 3 months. It just got extended. The work for which I was sent, and then finally it landed up. They told me that it's going for six months. So I was there. April I go there, and then August, one of the time I was like, from one part of Arizona uh, city in Arizona, to another city. I was going there to get some of the official work done, right? So I had gone there I had to take a bus, the local bus there called Greyhound. So I took the bus. I went there, traveled for 2 hours, reached the other city, and I was like, went to my whatever the office where I was supposed to go, and they told me to wait till evening, and I told okay, after that I can go back home. So I finished all the work. I was taking my I took a local cab there, and I was going towards the bus stand, the Greyhound bus stand. On the way, it was around 2 p.m., somewhere around that time. So I had a call, WhatsApp call, that was from my youngest brother. We normally, he doesn't call me much. I mean, we don't, although we are brothers, we just keep in touch through messages. We don't usually call. So he called once, and I said, okay, it should be like that. Didn't even click me that he's calling at the Indian time, right? 2 p.m. In the US time should be somewhere in the midnight. So I ignored it, and after that, uh, it was going. I mean, the call was coming 2 3 times together, and it was like going on calling me. I didn't. I just thought, okay, once I reach some place, I can give a call. When I answered, like I didn't answer, so he sent a message. It was a very brief message. He just mentioned, um, "Father is no more." That's it. One liner. I mean, that's typical of my youngest brother. So, first of all, when I looked at it, and you're traveling in a good mood, you got your work done, you're going, and you don't realize it hits you out of the blue. Still, I didn't sink in, but the message got me kind of crazy. I immediately gave him a call, and he took the phone and he just said, "Hey, father is no more, passed away. Come to India." So the moment he says that, uh, invariably, I was traveling in a cab there, and I shouted. I said, "What?" And the way I was reacting to it, the cab driver, poor thing, it was an old lady, because there it's common for people to take up the job as a driver as a part time. They do it and then they go back home. So the lady got scared and he's like, "Excuse me, are you all right?" I said, I didn't know how to react. I said, "Can you please park the car to the side? I will end the trip." So I ended the trip and paid the money, and I didn't know what else to do. Suddenly the world became like I didn't blank, and I didn't know where I am, what I'm supposed to do. So anyway, the following thing, I tried to reach out to my elder brother who was there in another state in the US, Texas. Tried to practically keeping on calling him, and he didn't answer the phone. I left him a lot of messages and everything. Nothing he answered. And at the same time, I tried to call my brothers back in India. Uh, I didn't have the courage to call my mother. So I then somehow I could reach my elder brother. In the meanwhile, imagine me, a brown skin desi boy with a laptop in his hand, walking the side of the midsummer, uh, you know, midday side of the road, bawling out, tears coming out of his eyes, and then trying to call. I don't know what people would have, seen me and what would have thought, but then I kept on calling. By the time I reached the Greyhound bus stop, I could reach my elder brother. And the moment his voice came in, and I broke down in the bus stop, and people were looking at me weirdly, but I think that time that didn't matter. And I told him what to do, and he was also like, I could sense his voice going down. He's a strong person, he's one of the strong person who I really admire for his strength and character. But his voice broke down, and then we decided, okay, we have to travel to India. When was the thing? Then I had to, uh, reach out to my travel desk and try to book a flight back to India. So I told, let us not go by bus. I took a cab again. Cab pretty expensive, and I don't get reimbursed for that. I went on my own. Took the cab. The 2 hours I was trying to keep in call with my travel desk. Booked the flight. The next day early morning I got the flight, and we decided. Me and my brother decided that we'll go together. We'll, like, from Arizona, we'll meet in a common, you know uh, airport from where we can travel together. So I think both of us landed in San Francisco, and then we took a direct Air India flight. So why I was this kind of incident hit me is, first thing, my father did not want me to go to India, US. My father always had some kind of intuitive thought, and he always used to tell me that I don't feel it's good, don't go. I mean, that used to be the tone of his talks. But we, as a supposedly higher IQ, more intelligent than parent, that's what we usually consider ourselves as. Right? We usually ignore them. So, and then apparently he had come down. He had stayed in my city for more than a month. Stayed with my son, and then 2 days before he went back, he was not keeping well, and every day he used to give me a call, and I used to speak to him for a couple of minutes, and I used to say, "Hey, I'm busy, pa. I'll talk to you later." Apparently, before he went back to his city, so he had given me a call and told, "Pa, I'm going back. I had a good time with my son and my daughter-in-law, so I'll be reaching there. And are you all right? Everything is good and all?" Yes, I said okay. And then I think the day before, uh, he passed away. A couple of days before, I saw a missed call from him. Right, so I didn't answer that time because I think I was apparently working. Was it working? No, no. Evening. He usually calls early in the morning, so it must be uh, almost 7:30 p.m. my time. So we ignore, right? We feel parents are always there around us. So um, maybe I could have answered the phone. I didn't, and that sticks with me. Even till date, for a very long time, I had stored like after my father's passed away, my mother took up my father's number. She was using that phone, right? Because my father would usually have all the contacts in his data. I still have my father's phone, which my mother uses now. Mother's phone number noted down as dad. I used to write him as dad, appa. Okay, so it's still dad and appa. So whenever that number comes, my mother speaks on the other side, and yeah. So me or my elder brother didn't get a chance to even look at my father's face for the last time. So by the time we were back, all the rituals were done. Uh, he was cremated, and we, that was like it hit me very badly because that is one of the reason I never. I mean, even if I am far, somehow, even if I have to go outside, I try to come back and be with my son. Uh, I cannot stay more than probably 5 days, 6 days away from my son. You know, they would feel, I think he's past his teens and early 20s, so he might think Appa is too much of hindrance. He's trying to poke his nose. Now I understand. Now I connect why my father was doing that. It's not that they need something from you. It's just that they are missing you. But fathers usually don't know how to express. Mothers, somehow they'll express it. Others don't. You blame it on our society, blame it on, uh, blame it on how we are brought up. The traditional, the typical desi kind of values. Men are supposed to be strong, they're not supposed to express emotions and all that BS. I mean, nowadays it's breaking, we are breaking the shackles. Men are being more emotive, they can see that. Uh, so that I think I try to stay as close to my son as possible so that even if God forbid nothing happens, something happens to me, at least he'll be able to see my face as someone who tried to be around whenever he was there. So even now he's not at me. He has gone for outside my city to stay in some other city for some days, spend some days there. but I feel I'm missing him. So even if for 3 days I'm feeling so, imagine how much my father and mother would have felt. But we cannot ignore them. Most of the times, once we get married, or once we go for higher studies, or even college education, we tend to forget them. We feel we have achieved something in life. We have achieved something in life, and we have uh, come up so much far. And we have, I heard during this, some of the words which I heard during this session, like one of the programs I saw, it was so beautiful. The sound of your mother's bangles is as much sweeter or more sweeter than the sacred hymns you hear from a temple. These people who have lost their mother will realize that. And about the father, some of the words, and I'm just roughly translating it into English from Tamil, right? So he says, the father burnt his rubber chappal, walking all around, running all to get his kid a two-wheeler with rubber wheels. So, I don't know how many of us realize how much sacrifices they have made. Talk to us. My father used to do a lot. My mother also nowadays, when she talks, and we try to shut them up, saying, "Hey, don't go with your old stories." No? But it just shows them how much they have dedicated. Like they lived for us, man. They lived for us. They didn't. Their entire life, each and every decision was made based around the children. Nowadays, the present mental setup is first is me, I, then my family, and then others. That is scripted. I know how many people are being so selfish around. Uh, I couldn't call selfish. I mean, maybe it's a wrong word to use, but then मेरा भी जिंदगी होता है. I also have to live and all. Yes, they have to live their life, but you have brought something in the world, right? So, and so easily, men nowadays, they ditch their kids. Uh, that is why, I mean, go live their life, and that is why nowadays you have a lot of single mothers coming up. Uh, it is so, uh, it's so difficult to see all that, and go back to probably years back when we were children. We used to watch our grandparents and how they lived their life with their children. I mean, we call our grandparents, especially the grandmothers, as somebody who are traditional. They didn't know anything. They are not educated. Was they lived life, their entire life for their, from their day they get married until they passed away. They were thinking only about their kids. That's so selfless. That's so difficult to live. Can you just imagine one of your life, one day of your life, living only for others? Every day we have our own, selfish moments. And social media, they didn't have those days. So, you know, so only thing which I'm thinking about now is, until your parents are there, please be with them. Please, take time to talk to them. Take time to spend time with them. If your grandparents are alive, well and good. Go speak to them. If you have um, your your mother or father around, Even if they are not with you, call them, speak to them, discuss all everything. Discuss. Maybe they don't understand AI. Okay, they don't know what is AI, but talk to them. It is not what you're not trying to impart any education to them. If that also happens, well and good. But you're just, it is not what you speak that matters. It is that you're speaking to them. Imagine when you are when there is an infant, right, who doesn't know how to speak. Did your parents not enjoy when you were an infant? You didn't know how to speak and used to ga ga goo goo and all gargle with them, speak all this baby nonsense with them, and they still enjoyed what you speak. No, it is the time they spend with you. This is what it doesn't mean. It doesn't need that you speak some sense to them. Even if it's nonsense, they are ready to listen to us. That I observed when my mother, she stayed with me. She just wants to hear your voice. Mother is that radar in anybody's life, which can detect your mood swings or your moods just by hearing your voice or just by looking at you. I don't think even in the most uh, sophisticated, complicated, complex programming can build, AI can, or programs can build such a radar. Okay, so if you have time, spend time with your father. Don't have this ego. Okay, if I hug my, it's so cringe to say I love you to my parents. Oh, it's so bad. I cannot hug my parents. Boss, do it. It's your parent. You're come out of their body, boss. You are part of their body, their spirit, their soul. So embrace your spirits, embrace your soul, embrace yourself. What is wrong? So that is one thing which I don't understand nowadays kids. I'm a big hugger. So I hug people whom I like, whom I when I visit them. Nowadays that's also become a problematic thing because people say, oh, that will lead into something else, right? But go hug your parents, be physical with them, you know, hold their hands. They may not be as soft as you want them to be, but they are the most, uh, I'm telling you, they're the most truest form of love which you can see, can get. So, जो लोग भी अभी तक parents अभी हैं who are alive, don't miss this chance because once they leave, then I don't think you have any. Even if you want, you will not get them back. That's the reality of life. Spend as much as time as possible. I guarantee you, those who spend time with their parents are the people who are the happiest most, satisfied most when they pass over. Right? I'm telling you, you'll be the most satisfied people. And those who have stayed away from their parents, go and ask those people. Those who have lost their parents, who don't have a parents, you speak to them. They will tell you what you are missing. Okay? Anyway, I don't want to get too cynical or emotional at this point of time. So that's it. That is my rant for today. Um, Thanks for those who are few. I saw people coming to watch. Thanks for those people came to watch, and also to those who might watch it accidentally stumbling across this kind of video. Okay. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram, Har Har Mahadev. Take care of yourselves. Respect your parents. Take care of your parents. Okay. Ciao. Till the next.